Hey guys!
Throwback Thursday. For this Throwback Thursday, I decided to do some Megadeth. And that's why I'm wearing my Megadeth shirt.
Yeah.
We went to see Megadeth about a year ago. Do you remember opening for Scorpions?
Yeah, that's kind of weird though. Megadeth opening for Scorpions?
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. So anyways, we went to see Megadeth about a year ago. It was my second time seeing Megadeth. What was your first time?
Yeah.
I feel that you enjoyed the show, and correct me if I'm wrong, you enjoyed the show, but you didn't walk away necessarily a huge Megadeth fan.
Yeah.
Right? Like, at that time, I don't think you were enjoying thrash metal as much as you are now. Because the other day we were in the car, and you start playing, what was the name of the band? The Pit and the Poser?
Oh yeah,
FC...
FKU?
FKU, yeah,
Freddy
yeah.
Krueger's Underwear?
Yeah, Freddy
We have to do
Krueger.
more of them.
Yeah, we need to do more of those guys. So you start playing those guys, and I was like, wow, so you like this? And he's like, yeah, I really dig this kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's time to check out some Megadeth again, and perhaps pique your interest. Because I'm also finding that with some of the Throwback Thursdays that we've done a while ago, you're starting now to kind of pick it up on it. Like Typo Negative is one. We did that a long time ago, and the other day you bought some songs on iTunes from them. So perhaps this will be one of those bands that will, you know, if we do it again, perhaps, you know, your interest gets piqued.
Megadeth in quite a while.
Since last year, since the time leading up, we did 2 videos. I believe we did Hangar 18 and Holy Wars leading up to that concert. Since then, we haven't done any Megadeth on the channel. Now, obviously, I know this song, Symphony of Destruction. They played this song at the concert, but a lot of people are saying that we have to check out this live video. This is in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and we all know how the South American crowds,
like the one in Chile, for
Anthrax. Well, when we did the AC/DC one,
that was also in Chile.
No, it was in Argentina.
Oh,
so we've done a couple of these videos in South America, and the crowds are always like super hyped. So I figure if we're gonna do some Megadeth, has to be live, has to be a video that I haven't seen before, even though I know the song.
it has to have a hype crowd.
Exactly. So this one seems to be the winner. The wiener.
The wiener.
Wiener. That's a song from...
South Park.
No, it's from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I know, but South Park made a parody of it. It was Wiener.
Really?
Wiener, yeah.
Well. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Take a mortal man and put him in control. Watch him become a god. Watch people's heads are roll. Like a robot. His metal brain corrodes. You try to take his part before the head explodes. Just like a bye-bye. man stands tall. Tall. Just like a biker, led rats through the street. Dance like marionettes, swaying through the symphony. Just like a biker, led rats through the street. Dance like marionettes, swaying through the symphony. Swaying through the symphony of destruction.
I love the part that I think they're singing Megadeth, right? So like every time the riff comes, dun, 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 they're singing Megadeth like in that part. Oh, epic! So what did you think of the video and the song?
Oh, well, the video was awesome. Just seeing everyone jump.
Holy shit! Like the whole video, the whole song
Shakes the world.
they didn't stop jumping. That kind of takes the planet off of its axis. Like everybody freaking jumping, so hyped, singing Megadeth, dun, 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 Megadeth. I love that. Wow, that was so cool. Give me chills.
And also the song, I love it. And then it goes into that cool chorus.
The Pied Piper led the rats through the streets, dancing like a marionette, swing to the symphony of destruction. And the riff is killer.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I love that riff. By the way, this was the song that introduced me to Megadeth.
Oh.
So this is in the early 90s when they released Countdown to Extinction. This album has great songs. Countdown to Extinction is a great song. It's about how humans are killing the planet, all the animals of the planet. And then at the end of the song, towards the end, there's a voice that comes in like a narrator and tells you statistics that with every minute that passes by, there's another species that goes extinct on the planet. So it has that song, which is like super cool because it was true then. It's true even more so now. It has that. It has this one. This is the first song on the. Is this the first song? Or Skin on My Teeth is the first song. I can't remember. But anyways, there's this song. There's Foreclosure of a Dream, which is about people in the States that couldn't afford to pay their mortgages or their stuff in the bank would come in, foreclosure their house, and they would lose everything due to the economical problems, which happens like all the time.
Yeah.
So this album is full of like freaking great songs. And I was your age at the time, and I saw the video for Symphony of Destruction. And what captured me about this song was that riff.
Yeah.
Like, dun, with the distortion. Dun, 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 dun. When I heard that riff, I was like, I'm sold. That riff got me into Megadeth. And then listened to more of them. Then I went back and I listened to Rust in Peace, which was the previous album.
I love that chorus.
And then I went all the way down the line.
It's so different. The chorus is so good.
That line, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I heard the song when I was a kid, I had no clue who the Pied Piper was. I had no clue, right? Then a couple of years back, we started watching a show called Silicon Valley, and the guys in that show created a software company called the Pied Piper. And that's when I learned I knew the story of the Pied Piper, but in Portuguese it's not called Pied Piper, right?
It's called?
I can't remember, but it's called something else. So I didn't know that the Pied Piper is the guy who led the rats from the town. Like he's playing the flute, and the rats are following. It's a story. It's like a book, right? So he plays the people in the town hire him to get rid of the rats.
Yeah. And
then once he get rid of the rats, they don't pay what they agreed on. So he goes back and he takes their children by playing the pipe, and the children come after him and stuff. It's a really cool story.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not off bounds with the story. As far as I remember, that's the story. So when I heard this song, first time I heard the song when I was your age, I didn't get the Pied Piper.
I didn't get it either. I'm just like, it sounds cool.
Yeah, the Pied Piper leading the rats through the streets, right? And like just like a marionette, because the song is about like political power. People who are in power control everybody. Like we're like marionettes to them, and they're like the Pied Piper leading us through the streets, right? So that's where the lyrics come from, because this whole album, if you look at it, is very political. There's a lot of political undertones and social messages to Countdown to Extinction, and this song is no different. Having said that, as a teenager, I didn't get that. Like now, as an adult, I know the story of Pied Piper. I understand what he was trying to say with the song. So now it makes sense to me now. It didn't make sense to me then. Then all I cared was I just care about that. That's all I care. I could care less about Pipe Roll. Well, I have no clue. So a lot of songs that I grew up listening to,
You didn't know what they meant.
I really didn't know the meaning
Just
behind
like
it.
them.
We talked about that about Slayer and South of Heaven. It took me years later to realize that South of Heaven is hell.
It took me like the first 2 seconds of the
I
video.
know, but you have to understand English was not my first. It's not my first language. So I'm listening to these songs, and my English at that time was dodgy.
So it's
you
like
know,
it's like
whatever.
us listening to Finnish music.
Kinda. Not quite, because I understood what they were saying.
Oh.
I just didn't understand the meaning that they were giving to the words, right? That's different. But did you like this?
Yeah, I'll
Wow.
buy it.
Yeah, this. If you listen to this album, I think this album, perhaps for you, this is perhaps the best album to get into the band. Because I really think you're gonna like Foreclosure of a Dream, Countdown to Extinction, This Is My Life, this one. There's a lot of good, melodic, heavy thrash songs. Then once you get
This one had a lot of melody too.
yeah, so then once you get into this one, then you can start. Don't go forward, but start with the older albums.
Go back.
Like go back to Rust in Peace, Peace Sells, So Far So Good, So What, and you'll start to feel like there's a lot of common denominators with all of those albums. There's a lot of political and social undertones, like the song Peace Sells, but who's buying? Like, you know, it's like peace sells, but nobody's buying, right? Like nobody cares about peace. Peace doesn't sell newspapers. People don't watch TV to see good news. People watch TV to see bad things happening to other people. That's
Or
why
fake
people
news.
or fake whatever. You know. So you have that. Also, they have some really cool covers. They have a cover of The Anarchy in the UK from the Sex Pistols. These guys have done. What's the other one? They did one for a horror movie. I can't remember now the name of that song, but it was really badass too. All right. Anyways, this is it for this Throwback Thursday. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I really like this song, but the video is really epic. How
They're all
hyped
jumping.
the crowd was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is it for today. Come back tomorrow. More videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.